One day before North Korean workers at Ryukyung Restaurant in China defected, a fight broke out at the restaurant. We bring you this and more on the story. Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Lee Sun-jin gave instructions to the military on maritime and underwater operations readiness amid high tensions on the Korean peninsula. President Park Geun-hye attended the opening ceremony of the KStyle Hub dedicated to promoting Korean cuisine. And pro baseball games this season will be brought to you via high-tech 4K cameras, boasting resolution 4 times as high as Full HD. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Tuesday, April 12th. I'm Luke Clary. Reports now indicate that one day before the North Korean workers at Ryukyung Restaurant in China defected en masse, a fight broke out at the restaurant. The whereabouts of the remaining staff are still unknown. Here's the latest on the story.
This is a recent image of inside of Ryukyung Restaurant, where the 13 North Korean defectors used to work before the escape. 15 restaurant female workers can be seen wearing traditional dresses at a hall. 12 of the 13 defected workers are women. The whereabouts of the remaining 3 women shown in the photo are still unknown. One Chinese woman who used to work at the restaurant said that she had no idea how many North Korean staff members work there, because they were always thoroughly separated from other staff members.
那里的朝鲜人多少你应该知道吧？
不知道，我们是分开工作的。我们这里有规定，不能跟他们去接触，他们让我们觉得很神秘。
Restaurant staff says there was a big fight at the restaurant the day before the escape. Meanwhile, the Chinese government has officially confirmed that the 13 North Korean have defected to the south. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lu Kang says that public security received a report about missing North Koreans in China and found that they had left the country legally.
经过调查呢，13名朝鲜籍人员于4月6日凌晨持有效护照正常出境。
Speculations are rising that the Chinese government knew about the escape but condemned it, because it keeps emphasizing that the 13 North Koreans defected legally, and that their issue was different from other North Korean defectors.
Following up on the group defection of the 13 North Korean restaurant employees, KBS reached out to a North Korean escapee who served as a manager at a North Korean restaurant overseas. The former manager says that this case is unimaginable.
The first statement from an escapee surnamed Han, who worked for 3 years as the manager at a North Korean restaurant in China, was that the recent group defection from the north was unbelievable.
그 13명이 입맞추기는 정말 힘들어요. 왜냐면 북한 사람들 약간 영웅심이가 있거든요. 2명이 입맞춰도 있잖아. 어느 한 명이 대신 때리는데 이거 저기 3명이 힘들다고 봐야겠죠.
A surveillance system dividing employees into groups of 2 or 3 people is constantly in place. What's more, with family members held as collateral, the latest incident was unimaginable in North Korea, considered nearly impossible.
사장 이제 그 가족들은 애가 둘이었는데 둘 중에 한 명이 벌거했어요. 부모분들은 아빠 엄마가 벌거가 있는 거예요. 그래서 이게 탈북 한국 감행을 한다. 엄청 힘들어요.
Han, who settled in South Korea 10 years ago, said that the recent group escape indicates waning trust in Kim Jong-un and his regime among young North Koreans who are growing accustomed to capitalism.
It's been found that a high-ranking official from North Korea's Reconnaissance General Bureau, who was in charge of operations targeting the South, sought asylum last year and is currently receiving protection from a South Korean institution. The defector was a colonel, the highest military rank among all North Korean escapees thus far.
A senior official from North Korea's Reconnaissance General Bureau defected to South Korea last year. His rank of senior colonel, which equals South Korea's army rank of colonel, is the highest among North Korean military officials who have defected to the South so far.
그런 사실이 있습니다. 그렇지만 이제 인적 사항 등 구체적인 내용은 얘기해 드릴 수가 없습니다.
The colonel entered South Korea along with his family and is currently receiving protection from an unspecified institution. Sources say he has testified in detail about the Reconnaissance General Bureau's operations, which targets the South. The escapee said he decided to defect because of the fear over Kim Jong-un's despotic regime and also because he saw no hope in its future.
김정은 체제가 이제는 올 기회 왔다고 봐야 되지 않겠냐. 체제 장애에 대해서 대단히 비관적으로 생각하는 동기가 아니겠나 싶습니다.
Sources say that North Koreans who sought asylum last year include 5 or 6 figures who earned foreign currency for the regime, such as diplomats who used to work in Africa and Southeast Asia, and senior officials from the Workers' Party's Bureau 39.
The South Korean military says it's fully maintaining its combat readiness amid a recent series of provocations from North Korea. Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Lee Soon-jin gave instructions to the military on maritime and underwater operation readiness Monday. Here's more.
A naval special warfare unit demonstrates its perfect shooting skills. These special forces personnel are tasked with infiltrating North Korea by sea in emergency situations. Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Lee Soon-jin instructed the unit's training on site on Monday. He then visited the Navy's Fleet and Submarine Command and was briefed on their combat readiness.
현장에서 작전 종결을 위한 의지와 능력과 태세를 갖추도록 노력해 주기 바랍니다.
The Joint Chiefs of Staff explained that Lee's visit was intended to promote the South Korean military's solid combat readiness amid ongoing North Korean provocations such as missile launches and GPS jamming. However, Lee's move appears to be effectively a review of training aimed at striking key North Korean facilities and command headquarters. Regarding North Korea's recent series of threats, South Korean military authorities have stressed repeatedly that the regime will have to face the consequences for such reckless provocations.
President Park Geun-hye attended the opening ceremony of the KStyle Hub, dedicated to promoting Korean cuisine. She lauded the KBS TV show Descendants of the Sun for setting an example in fostering cultural prosperity.
The opening ceremony of the KStyle Hub, which offers hands-on programs about Korean cuisine, was attended by President Park Geun-hye and actor Song Joong-ki.
드라마에서뿐만 아니라 실제로도 진짜 정말 애국자라는 생각이 듭니다. 존중하게 생각합니다.
열심히 하겠습니다. The guests sampled kimchi chips and spoke about the chicken and ginseng soup, samgyetang, which appeared in the KBS TV show Descendants of the Sun.
지난주에 방송이 있었는데
네. 반응이 어땠어요?
그 소개가 되고 나서 중국을 비롯해서 아시아들은 많이 인기가 많은 것 같습니다.
President Park stressed that it's about time for culture to become a new growth engine of the Korean economy. She also described Descendants of the Sun as a TV show that has been sold to more than 30 countries and lauded it for its contribution to boosting the exports of Korean cosmetics, fashion products, and food overseas.
그야말로 콘텐츠 산업과 제조업의 어떤 동반 성장 효과를 보여주는 창조 경제와 문화 융성의 모범 사례라고 생각합니다.
President Park stressed that the nation must shift its policy paradigm from manufacturing to the service sector and cultural content.
You may often wonder about the names of the unfamiliar trees and flowers you come across during a walk through the woods. The Korea National Arboretum has launched a smart wireless service to provide information on plants to visitors.
Linden tree blossoms on a mountain slope signal the arrival of spring at an arboretum. Small ladybugs can be found between fresh, new buds. Upon moving closer, a smartphone identifies a plant as a sandpear tree.
돌배나무의 열매는 늦가을에 채취하여 먹으며
Approximately 160 transmitters called beacons were installed around the Arboretum, using wireless near-field communications technology. Information on most of the specimens cataloged by domestic research institutes can be accessed through photos and sounds.
부모님들이 자녀와 동반해서 방문했을 때 자녀들이 하는 질문에 대해서 답변하기 곤혹스러운 상황들이 종종 있습니다. 그래서 이러한 부분들을 과학기술을 이용해서 도움을 드리고자
The Korea National Arboretum's guide app can be used by anyone who installs it on their smartphone. Users can also receive information on 7 recommended courses, depending on their age, purpose of visit, and available time.
Sports fans can enjoy their favorite games in vivid color these days thanks to high-tech cameras. This pro baseball season promises to be especially exciting because the games will be filmed using 4K cameras with resolution 4 times as high as that of full HD cameras.
This footage, taped with a 4K camera, captured the subtle boundary between an out and a safe on home plate. In addition to the existing rotating function, 4K cameras also feature zoom in and zoom out functions, making baseball games look like movies. When 70 4K cameras are installed around batters, viewers can enjoy vivid baseball images from the comfort of their homes.
최첨단 장비와 수준 높은 중계 인력을 동원해서 시청자 여러분들에게 보다 생생하고 수준 높은 중계 방송을 전해드릴 수 있도록 노력하고 있습니다.
Other state-of-the-art equipment used to broadcast baseball games these days include a pitch tracking system which follows the trajectories of pitches. Drone cameras are also showing up.
야구 중계 기술이 점점 발전하고 있다는 걸 많이 느꼈고요. 4K 카메라 쓰면서 좀 안 보이던 부분도 볼 수 있어서
The advancement of broadcast technologies is contributing to expanding fan bases and the advertising market.
The Korean pro sports industry has not yet turned a profit from game admission fees alone. And with the start of this year's season, the KLeague Classic is introducing a special marketing strategy for fans.
The KLeague has drawn attention this season with a marketing strategy of providing premium services. The team's luxury cars pick fans up and take them to the stadium. Incheon United newly introduced a season pass priced at over $8,700 for this season. The high price was problematic for soccer fan Ha, but he decided to make the investment for the development of the team he cheers for.
요새 경기도 어려운데 스포츠를 통한 단결하는 자리가 되었으면 좋겠고 유소년 축구들이 더욱더 발전할 수 있는 뒷받침되기 위해서 했습니다.
FC Seoul opened a high-end pub at the stadium, allowing fans to watch the matches while enjoying drinks and food. Like British team Arsenal's Skybox, which accounts for a third of the earnings from admission fees. These premium service strategies are expected to boost profits for the teams and enhance the content value of the KLeague.
Many homes now have a study or reading room in place of the living room. By replacing an entertainment center with bookcases and reading tables, children are encouraged to read more books and families can enjoy more conversations. Today, we look at how living rooms are being transformed. Song Yoon-jung remodeled her living room when she moved into this apartment 2 years ago. What stands out in the room is a big bookcase.
2년 전에 이사 오면서 인테리어를 하게 됐는데요. TV보다는 책을 가까이 이렇게 접할 수 있게 하고 싶었고 남편하고도 대화할 시간을 많이 갖고 싶었어요.
A large bookcase is installed on one side of the wall and a small curio cabinet is placed against the opposite wall. The TV and stereo system that used to be in the living room are now in a small den set aside for the husband. What needs to be done to turn a living room into a reading room? You need a bookcase first. Yoon-jung says that she paid most attention to making each shelf a different height.
아이들이 아직 어리고 키가 작다 보니까 쉽게 꺼낼 수 있게 아래에다가 이렇게 배치를 하게 되었어요.
The second and fifth shelves, where ordinary books are stored, measure 30 centimeters in height, while the CD shelf is only 15 centimeters tall to fit CD cases. Choosing the right kind of wood is also important when custom making a bookcase. Medium density fiber boards, or MDF boards, with wood patterns are made from heat compressed wood chips and glue, and a thin layer of real wood is affixed onto the board. These boards are most commonly used since they're more affordable than real wood. Hardwood boards are unprocessed real wood. Although they're strong and durable, they're quite expensive. Now let's look at the tables. There's a 2-meter-long table in the middle of Yoonjung's living room. The table is used for many different purposes, for reading books and having snacks with children, among others. The positioning of the table is interesting, as the table is at the center of the room.
테이블이 가다 보니까 의자를 넣고 빼는데 좀 충분한 동선이 필요했고, 그 사이에서도 좀 편안하게 왔다 갔다 할 수 있도록 책상과 책장을 일자로 배치해 드렸습니다.
This new type of living room fosters an even tighter bond between family members by creating a space for more reading and conversation. And now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks so much for being with us. Tomorrow we observe National Election Day, so we'll see you again on Thursday. See you then. Goodbye.